All right, here's our good doctor, Dr. Alicia Arbaje, who joins us from Johns Hopkins. All right, you just saw, Linda, it seems to me that those who keep their minds active are doing okay in later life, right?
Absolutely. People often ask me, what do I need to do to prevent all these different diseases that happen when we get older, like memory loss, dementia, becoming frail, becoming immobile, and really the single most important thing people can do is stay active, physically and mentally active, so that's a great example.
I like what you said. It's okay to ask for help.
Right. I mean, what we saw were a lot of older adults doing very well, but you may say, well, that's not what's happening with my parent, and it's okay if you start to notice things, and it's better to get help early before people get overwhelmed.
And I guess the first thing is get to a doctor like you, and you size them up. Tell them this is where we're going, this is how we're heading, and that gives them like a baseline.
Exactly. Most people try to read up about the disease that their older parent has, but really what you want to ask your doctor about is what their needs are going to be as they get older. It's different if they have congestive heart failure versus dementia versus cancer. Their trajectory or their pathway is going to be different, so it's important to stay informed about those issues.
You said help your parent help themselves. That means to keep them feeling like they're independent yet.
Right. We saw how active they were in these communities, and it's very important. They don't want to feel like they're a burden on their families. So help them help themselves. So instead of getting things for them, put things within easy reach. Instead of scheduling their appointments, if they're still able to do that, give them a list of what they need to do. So help them feel like they're still a part of their own care.
You have 8 kids, 9 different opinions on how to take care of mom and dad. How do you figure out who's right and who's wrong in this?
Yeah, so this is really tough, especially with large families where everyone has a different role. And a lot of times the roles that people had as children, they maintain as they get older. The younger one is always seen as the younger one and not as helpful or that sort of thing. So these kind of relationships get perpetrated in later life. So really what I recommend is to see someone, a professional who can help mediate and help facilitate that kind of work. So a geriatrician usually helps with these kinds of care coordination activities. Neurologists, psychiatrists also have special training in this area. But get to a professional, and the most important thing, it's not just the doctor, but the doctor works with a social worker, with a case manager, people that can help you kind of coordinate all of this care.
And you know, mom and dad, so you show them the budget, and they can tell you when a penny's missing. So you have to be very upfront with them where the money is, and I like that the online banking for the, pulling the things out for monthly bills, right?
Absolutely. Again, it's what, we think the fastest growing segment of people using the internet and Facebook and all sorts of social networking sites are older people. So you may not think of your older person, your older parent as being really all that computer savvy, but they're really into a lot of these issues, and it keeps them active. Again, learning something new helps keep the brain active.
Eat well, exercise, maintain friendships, right?
So that's important both for the older person and for the person caring for the older person, because we often get so involved in our caregiving roles with our older parents that we don't realize that we also need to care for ourselves so that we can prevent the problems that we might see our older parents going through.
And the big thing, groceries and meals.
Yeah, so one of the things people ask me is, well, what should I delegate to other people and what should I try to do for my older parent? And things like groceries and meals are things that you can try to delegate to others and really save your time with your older parent for going to the doctor or doing fun things with the grandkids, that sort of thing.
You have 8 websites here listed for people to go to get support, right?
The good thing is that there's a lot of information out there.
Here they are right now.
Yeah, it's very important. People feel like they need help, and there's a lot of places to go. The first website on there is very good for a lot of tips for taking care of your older parent. Specifically for dementia, there's the Maryland chapter of the Alzheimer's organization. And then the third one that's on there is very important. It links you to the Maryland Department of Aging and to the Area Agency on Aging for every county in the state, and that can give you links to the community resources in the area. And the final one gives you tips there. A few more that you can see there that are related to caregiving and help for older adults. And then the final one is our Hopkins Memory Center for folks who have dementia or other types of memory disorders. They can come and see us there.
All right, doctor, you got it all. And of course, don't worry about it. We'll put it up on our website, abc2news.com. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
Great to be
that.
here.
All right, Megan.